S penny in full red is incredibly rare. 1ms66 red 1926S. Penny was privately sold for over $150,000, and numismatists believe the right beer would pay over $1 million. For a flawless example, collectors aiming for a complete set of Lincoln wheat cents must have the 1926. Thus, its scarcity in high grades places it among the top 10 key dates, the most difficult coins to complete in red mint state. Its historical placement between World War I and the Great Depression adds to its mystique, while the 1926 wheat penny is valuable in pristine condition. Even more excitement surrounds rares such as double die obverse, though extremely rare for this date. Die cracks and cuds were punched mint marks RPM. Each of these can enhance the value, especially when authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Over the decades, have reportedly offered $750,000 or more for MS66 candidates. Experts believe if a perfect MS67 or D example were found and certified, it could break $1 million. Even more common grades like BF Very Fine or XF Extra Fine command $30 to $100, and circulated examples can range from $500 to $10,000, depending on the color and grade. With values this high, authentication is critical. Top-tier coins should be graded and encapsulated by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company, verified for mint origin, strike quality, and color, protected from damage to preserve market value. Buyers and sellers alike depend on these certifications to ensure 1927 wheat penny so valuable. How can a coin worth 1 cent become a
wheat penny? Will surprise you with hidden details and jaw-dropping auction prices. Dive in and see why this humble penny is now a prized collector's treasure. Slow zoom in on a gleaming 1932 Liberty wheat penny, rotating on a black velvet background. A world where most pennies pass through hands unnoticed. One coin from 1932 has stunned collectors and auction houses alike. Cut to archival footage. 1930s America. Breadlines. Newspapers. Economic tension. The year was 1932. The United States was deep in the grip of the Great Depression. While millions struggled with poverty, the US Mint quietly continued striking coins, including one that would one day become a legend in numismatics. Historical images of the Lincoln wheat penny highlight the obverse with Lincoln's portrait. The Liberty wheat penny, with its classic design by Victor D. Brenner, stood as a symbol of American resilience. The obverse showcased the ever-steady gaze of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse carried 2 stalks of wheat, a tribute to the nation's agricultural roots. Zoom in on the date 1932 under Lincoln's profile. But what makes the 1932 wheat penny different? Only a limited number were minted that year. The Philadelphia Mint struck just a fraction of the quantities seen in prior years, and very few pristine examples survive today. Mint figures appear on screen. Mintage, approx. 9.5 million compared to other years. While that may sound like a large number, time, circulation, and wear have made high-grade 1932 pennies a rarity. High-grade MS65 or higher graded coins, displayed in certified holders, coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS65 or above, are nearly impossible to find. Some specimens have fetched over $5,000 at auction. And error coins? Even more. A misstruck 1932 penny. Close-up on off-center error. Flipping through a coin album. Pausing on 1932. Collectors scour estate sales, old rolls, and family collections in search of this humble yet powerful piece of copper. 1932 penny. Being weighed and examined under magnification. Another reason this penny is so valued? Its copper content. In 1932, pennies were made from 95% copper metal. That's worth far more today than its face value. Footage of a coin auction with bidders raising paddles. As the 1930s progressed, the United States was deep in the grip of the Great Depression. Coins from this era, including the 1932 Liberty wheat penny, became more than just pocket change. They were tokens of survival, economic struggle, and national resilience. Every cent counted, literally and figuratively, for the average American family. Pennies were often hoarded, reused, and saved in jars, as people braced for uncertain futures. In this context, the 1932 penny was part of a series that reflected the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity and strength. The Lincoln Wheat Reverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, continued to anchor the nation's belief in progress through hardship. These coins were not only functional currency but reminders of the nation's founding values. 1932. Fewer pennies were minted compared to the earlier years of the Wheat series due to economic contraction, although no official minting was recorded in Philadelphia for regular circulation that year. Rare error coins and off-metal strikes have been reported by collectors' coins struck on foreign planchets or with unusual toning. These pieces today command astonishing value at auctions. One of the reasons why a 1932 Liberty wheat penny can be worth thousands of US dollars is due to its rarity in high grades. Most surviving specimens are heavily circulated, bearing the scars of time. A coin in mint state condition, MS65 and above, is incredibly scarce and attracts top collectors. Prices can soar if the coin shows strong luster, sharp detail on Lincoln's portrait, and no signs of cleaning or damage. Moreover, any error varieties such as double die obverse, clipped planchet, or repunched mint marks boost its collectible status. These are eagerly sought after, especially by die-hard numismatists looking to complete their wheat penny. Set from 1909 to 1958. Collectors also value 1932 pennies for their historical continuity, since 1931 saw extremely low mintage, and 1933 produced no cents at all. The 1932 penny becomes an essential bridge in the wheat penny timeline. This gives it a special role in the heritage of American coinage. International auctions and coin expos authenticated. 1932 wheat pennies have reached values exceeding $5,000 to $10,000 depending on grade, rarity, and demand. Coins certified by PCGS or NGC carry more authority and value due to professional grading. As coin collecting grows across generations, more eyes turn toward vintage coins like the 1932 Liberty wheat penny, not just for their financial.
The 1937 Lincoln wheat penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner. This coin was struck in the United States from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It features the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, giving it the popular nickname Wheat Penny. Features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above is the motto "In God We Trust" with the word Liberty to the left and the date 1937 to the right. Coins from the Denver D and San Francisco S mints also bear small mint marks below the date, while those from Philadelphia have known displays to stylized wheat stalks along the left and right edges. In the center are the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum at the top. 1937 penny was minted during the later years of the Great Depression. By this time, the U.S. economy was still recovering from the 1929 stock market crash, and coins were an everyday necessity for commerce. Lincoln cents were widely circulated, and millions were produced to meet demand. 1937, President Franklin D. Roosevelt was in his second term, and the U.S. Mint was modernizing equipment to keep up with production needs. The Lincoln cent design was already considered a classic, and it wouldn't change until the wheat reverse was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. The 1937 wheat penny was struck at 3 mints. Philadelphia no mint mark, 309,170,000 minted. Denver D mint mark, 50 million for 130,000 minted. San Francisco S mint mark, 34,500,000 minted. This high mintage means that most 1937 pennies are common in circulated grades, but high-grade uncirculated coins can be valuable. Composition: 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge plane. Varieties and errors. Collectors look for rare minting mistakes in the 1937 pennies, including double die obverse DDO shows doubling in the date or lettering. Off-center strikes, caused by misalignment during striking. Repunched mint marks are PM, especially for 1937D and 1937S coins. These error coins can be worth significantly more than regular strikes. Circulated condition generally worth 5 to 25 cents. Uncirculated MS65 plus can range from $15 to $60. Key errors or proof-like examples. Some can exceed hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. 1937 Liberty Wheat Penny represents the durability of the Lincoln design and the resilience of the U.S. during the Depression era. While most are common, pristine examples or rare errors have become treasures for collectors. It's a coin that continues to connect history, artistry, and American culture in a small, copper piece that has survived over 85 years. The 1955 Liberty Wheat Penny holds a special place in U.S. numismatic history, not only because it was among the final decade of production for the wheat reverse design, but also because it is famous for one of the most iconic minting errors in American coinage, the 1955 double die obverse. The Lincoln Wheat Penny design was introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. It was created by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse features a right-facing bust of Lincoln with the motto "In God We Trust" above Liberty to the left and the date to the right. The reverse shows two wheat stalks along the edges, hence wheat penny, surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America with "E pluribus unum" at the top. 1955. This design had been in use for 46 years and was nearing the end of its life, as the Lincoln Memorial reverse would debut in 1959. The U.S. Mint struck 1955 wheat pennies at two facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, with a mintage of around 330,958,200 pieces. While these mintage numbers are high, making regular 1955 cents common in circulation at the time, the Philadelphia Mint's production included one of the most remarkable errors in history. 1955 double die wheat penny is one of the most famous and desirable U.S. era coins. This dramatic error occurred when the working die was misaligned during the hubbing process, causing strong doubling in the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust" and the date 1955. The doubling is so bold that it can be seen without magnification. Only about 20,000, minus 24,000, of these error pennies are believed to have been released, mostly through cigarette vending machine change in the Boston area. Because of their limited release, they quickly became a sensation among collectors and coin dealers in the 1960s. The 1955 wheat penny was struck in the traditional Lincoln cent alloy of the mid-1950s. Pennies still had meaningful purchasing power. A few cents could buy candy, newspapers, or even a bottle of soda. The wheat cent was a familiar sight in cash registers, vending machines, and daily commerce. Many 1955 cents were heavily circulated before collectors began setting aside notable errors and high-grade examples. Regular 1955 wheat pennies are common in circulated grades but can be worth more in uncirculated condition. The doubled die obverse is a key rarity. Even worn examples can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. 1950s marked the last years of the wheat reverse design. By 1959, the U.S. Mint would replace it with the Lincoln Memorial reverse in honor of Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1955 penny, therefore, sits at a crossroads between two distinct eras of U.S. cent design. 1955 cent continues to be highly collectible today, especially the double die variety, which has inspired generations of collectors to check their change. Its fame extends beyond numismatics.